Hey, we are two Star Wars nerds, and today we're going to be reading an original script excerpt from this book, The Making of Revenge of the Sith. This is your copy from when you were a wee lad.
Youngling.
Yeah, lad is wrong. But from 2005, this has been in your possession this whole time, which is just so crazy. These books are so cool. There's so many like reference books that people sleep on, and they shouldn't. But in Revenge of the Sith, this is George Lucas's original script treatment here, which in the comments, let us know how you feel about this. Should this have been kept in as a scene or not? In particular, that's what we're interested in.
So are you going to read as Darth Sidious and I'll be Anakin?
Sure.
Okay.
I'll try my best. I may start the voice and give up, but we'll see. So to set the scene, on Coruscant, Palpatine completes his seduction of Anakin, to the dark side, we should say, who at first refuses to go over to the dark side, until the Chancellor makes a startling confession. There we go. I have waited all these years for you to fulfill your destiny. No, not working. I arranged for your conception. I used the power of the Force to will the midichlorians to start the cell divisions that created you.
I don't believe you.
Ah, but you know it's true. When you clear your mind, you will sense the truth. You could almost think of me as your father.
That's impossible.
Nevertheless, you must decide.
Wild.
So, I don't know about that. I get what he's trying to do. Kind of a callback to Empire Strikes Back. And just again, the whole story is about fathers and sons and how Vader, the fatherless one, was redeemed by his son. And
so
then
beautiful.
And then here you kind of have like the one that is to be his father, so to speak, is the one that seduced him to the dark side. So I get he's showing the contrast, the light and dark, and all of this. But what do you think? Should this have stayed in as a scene, or do you think it's better left out?
I'm trying to decide if it's important to know or not. It's crazy, but I'm trying to think, does it change this? Because I'm like, yeah, this should be in, but then thinking in my mind is like, well, does it really change the story? So I don't know. I don't know. I don't have an opinion yet.
You know, I think it's better that it's left out, because I feel like there's so much conversation that takes place in the fandom about like Anakin and how did he come in and the midichlorians and the Force and Palpatine. Like there's so much more lore discussion where I feel like if this was there, just that line, you could almost think of me as your father, it just feels like a kind of a weird line.
Yes.
Like when Vader is talking to Luke.
Creepy though that Palps would say. I can see him saying it.
And like cackling right after.
Yes.
I can see.
I can see him saying
I can see
it's
that.
in character.
I feel like it would be memed to no end. But with Vader's it makes sense because there's this like there's this part of Anakin that's like, no, I am your father. Right? Like the veil has been pulled back. Where I feel like here, I feel like it's just a little too direct of a callback. Where I feel like the mystery is there, because then I mean you get this.
So
in Plagueis.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So then tell me this: does that mean that Luke is kind of the grandson of Palps, the true grandson?
No, because I mean, if you're gonna go off of biology, no. I mean, if you're gonna play on like, because I mean, and you see in Plagueis and in other places, like this is the reality that Sidious did manipulate things, and they chose Shmi, and like because of the like where she was and all of this, and it'd be kind of out of the eyes of the Republic, blah blah blah. But that doesn't mean when it's like you could almost think of me as your father. Even in the original script treatment, he's not like,
I am.
Daddy's home kind of a thing, you know? It's like...
So kind of Luke's grandpa.
I don't know. I guess
you could almost think of him as Luke's grandpa.
Okay, but then it's like in Return of the Jedi, imagine he turns around in his throne chair, or his, like, and he's
Grandson.
like, you could think of me as grandpa. Like, what? That would just like kill all the momentum built.
Right.
I don't know though if I would consider him grandpa.
Well, I think he probably considers himself grandpa if he considers Anakin his son.
But I wonder then in like the new and the original, I almost said the New Testament, and the original trilogy, I was thinking like old and new. This is a sleep deprivation what children does. I wonder if like Palpatine would be thinking of him as his son. Like if he said this here, does that thought pull through? Like, one day you will call me dad, and we will rule.
I think so.
Like, bro, what kind of childhood did you have where you ended up like that? Like, what did
I don't want to know.
What did Plagueis do to you that you needed to find that fulfillment? But anyway, let us know what you think. Should this have been kept in or not? And is it blasphemous to say that Palpy is Luke's grandfather?
Grandpappy.
Grandpappy.
Grandpalpy.
Grandpalpy. Grandpalpy. Oh, help us. Okay, let us know in the comments. But with that, we are two Star Wars nerds, and may the Force be with you always.